Guardians of the Galaxy issue 7 sees the Nova Corps surround the cathedral, flagship of the Universal Church of Truth. The Novas think they need backup, but there isn't any Novas left for backup except Richard Rider and a few select others. The Novas learn the church is the largest concentration of tachyons they have ever encountered, and as they try and determine if it's from the future, a bright light from the church engulfs the Novas. The church opens and a cloaked being tells the Novas to stand down, but the officers demand that they shut off their engines and prepare to be boarded. The being says that the world mind gave them a chance, blessing them for their sacrifice as the engines turn on, and the machine inside ramps up and suddenly all of the Novas are taken by strange energy trendles, which begin to turn them to the church's teachings, causing them to remove their Nova helmets. On Colo Mayan, Peter and Gamora enjoy their time in bed, and Peter is surprised she told him she loves him, but she says that they die a lot, so why waste time? Peter gets out of bed, wanting to go check on the new ship Groot won them in a game of backgammon. Groot soon comes knocking, telling Peter that there is something he needs to see. Peter tries to get him to go away, but Groot already knows Gamora is there with him and no one cares about it. Telling Peter he needs to see this, Groot shows him a message from Jason, Peter's father, who tells him the Universal Church of Truth has arrived at Spartex and the Nova Corps went to investigate, but they all disappeared after the church fired upon them. Jason says the Spartex fleet are moving to the front lines, but this might be his last chance to tell Peter how sorry he is for being a terrible father. Suddenly, Jason's ship is attacked and he is soon overcome by the church's weapons. Peter immediately tells the team to get ready to plot a course. Heading to the message's origin point, Peter pilots the Bowie towards the church, sending out a message to anyone still out there. Setting out their plan, Peter says Lockjaw will teleport them onto the church while Moondragon stays behind to silence them all together. Heading over to the ship, they are met by the hooded being who welcomes Peter to the church. Gamora doesn't think something is right with the hooded man, who calls himself Patriarch. He tells the team that there is no need for their weapons and soon calls in some energy trendles to capture and contain the Guardians. Doing so causes Moondragon's link to become severed and in turn causes her great pain. She snaps out of it long enough to tell Groot to run, so he pilots the Bowie away from the church. The Guardians are beginning to be overcome by the church's conditioning, but are suddenly all let go by Patriarch, who wanted to give them just a glimpse at the end they are trying to prevent. And while all the death they cause is unfortunate, it is necessary to gain the energy to resurrect their Messiah, who will slay death. The being takes off his hood, revealed to Peter to be his father Jason, who wants his son to see the glory in the church. He tells his guards to take his son to his quarters as Peter needs to rest, while the rest of the Guardians, meanwhile, have all been captured and turned towards the church's teachings. In the present, Moondragon finishes her recount of the last few days. She says she can still feel their pain and her wife's pain, and they need his help. The person she is talking to is revealed to be Rocket, who says that he will help them with this whole end of the world stuff, and besides, what else does the sick raccoon have to lose? Guardians of the Galaxy issue 7 begun its new big storyline by pitting the Guardians not just against the church, but also themselves, as well as familiar faces. Peter's father being somewhat a leader of the church is pretty surprising, and I'm looking forward to Peter having to deal with that and what he will end up doing and hopefully trying to free his father or maybe even killing him. The ending with the sick Rocket has me interested as well, and I'd like to know exactly what the hell happened to him in the interim between Infinity Wars and this book. All in all, this was a great start to the next exciting Guardians arc. I'm going to give this issue an 8 out of 10.